Yes, Gladiators is back on TVs, of course. Returned on our screens last month, hosted by father and son duo Bradley and Barney Walsh. 16 competitors battling it out every Saturday on BBC One at 5:50pm. The 90s revival we didn't know we needed. My next guest was a massive fan of the original show and fulfilled a childhood dream by appearing on the first episode of this new series. Myles Harris from Bramley joins me now in the studio. Myles, you're on the first one. We waited years and years for this to come back, and there you are, getting to go on the first one. Did you know that it was going to go out first did you know you were the first one?
Actually, no, not until the week before, because obviously the shows might not be in the actual order. But but when I got the phone call and they told me
you're on,
I'm on the first episode.
Massive viewing figures as well. I mean, it's done huge things. So are you getting spotted places you're going at the moment?
Yeah, I'm getting the funny looks. Where have I seen that guy before?
Yeah, sure, I noticed him. You're in this is great. Did they give you the Gladiators zipper to take home with you? That's what you're wearing at the moment?
Yeah,
it's
right
so
now.
cool with the little triangular G in there as well. You must be walking around going, yeah, look at this. It's so good. Okay, it's probably worth reminding everyone, for those who watched it, which your episode was, so it was the first one. You were up against a lad, I think he was from South Yorkshire, maybe Sheffield or something like
Doncaster.
that. What was his name again?
His name is Finlay.
Finlay, right, okay. So
right.
Talk us through, because just for people to remember, the things you did on Gladiators, the different sort of tasks that you had to do, or the competitive tasks, who you were up against and how they went. What you started off with
Jewel. That's
Jewel,
yes.
Against Giant.
With Giant.
Disaster. Who wants to go? It's impossible. That's not fair.
It's
He's massive.
I've argued it that much. It's the guy is a big guy.
Yeah.
21 stone and and the podium moves. So I think he gave me 2 whacks, and
if you can remember it.
Chance. It didn't hurt. It was just because of that much weight, that force that hits you. Then I was on the ground.
He is.
It was done.
I mean, look, all you guys that go on it are incredible physical specimens, but he's something else, isn't he?
I know.
He's
different.
So you started off on the duel. It was so fun to watch, and then not for you. Started off on the duel. Then what was the one after that?
It was Collision.
Collision.
That was next, yeah. I think when you it's the one where you're on a bridge and you run across, and you have the gladiators swinging towards you, and you got to put the balls on the other side.
Frightening, mate.
I made it across once. Other side, I tried to make it back, and I think it was legend that.
The one that everyone talked about with you was the Hang Tough.
Ah, yes.
Wasn't it? Because
right.
Who were you up against in Hang Tough?
I was up against Nitro.
Okay, Nitro, who looks like a lot of fun as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So you got past, because tactically you look at that, I'm watching on TV, and with Hang Tough, which is the one with the rings, of course, you got to swing to get to the other side.
Yeah.
And there's different zones, and if you can hang on. Mm-hmm. You got past him.
Yeah.
You did all the hard work, but then what happened?
Right. I'm glad you brought me on here, because so many people stopped me and asked me about that. So, because you get training in health and safety like a week before, I was horrible at that game. I hated it. I hated it watching it when I was a kid. So when I got in the rings, made it past Nitro, I was like, oh, hang on, I made it this far. Got over to the platform, and I remember the teacher, I think it was Enigma, one of the previous gladiators. She was a great teacher. She drilled into my head, as long as you're in the score zone, you're fine. And plus in training, I was just trying to make it across anyway. So I had that in my head, and I got over the podium and thought, hang on, I've got 5 points at the moment. The podium's below me. Am I supposed to stand on here? Or I'm going to get disqualified? I'll hang back here, and then I'll get the 5 points.
And the commentator's going, what's he doing? He's going the wrong way. And then, of course, he caught you, and down you go on the matches as well. That must hurt when they land on top of you.
I know.
Oh,
it is.
So you're a big fan of the show. You were just telling me before it came on air that thousands of people applied to do it. What is the application process like? Do they need to see your physical attributes and how you get on with physical tests? How do they do it? What's the process? When
you put the application through, and you put through your videotape, which I've never done before. It was a bit cringy.
I can imagine. I could just go on. What did you say at the beginning of your videotape?
I was going about, I've got the power, I've got the speed.
Nice.
All that, you know what I mean?
Good. Yeah, give it some.
You got to boost yourself.
Of course
up,
you do.
Yeah,
you got to give it some.
And then you get the phone call interview, and then you get called down to one of the tryout days.
So that's how they do it.
Yeah. That's the very first part of it. I think it was like a 2-month process, but there's a big tryouts fitness day, and it's actually harder than the show. They're trying to find the best, as they can get.
It's huge credit to you. I mean, that you're in good enough physical shape to do that. You ended up sort of neck and neck with your other competitor on the Travelator, didn't you?
Oh,
the Travelator. I mean, that just looks. You look at it, and you look
tough.
When you look at it on TV, you think, it's not moving that fast backwards in the direction. What's it like stood at the bottom of it, staring up at the height of it?
The thing is very steep. We did get a few goes on it. I think they put it on the fastest speed, I'm sure.
It was moving.
Definitely, it was moving. But fair play to Finlay. He actually absolutely smashed it. After picking up an injury midway and in getting through. But yeah, fortunately, I did pick up an injury myself. Had a tear in my calf. It didn't actually happen on the Travelator. It was on the way back on a gauntlet. So, you get the adrenaline that just carries you on. The physios and stuff like that, they were checking if I was all right, but I didn't feel it until I got to the end and the Travelator said no.
No, that's not happening. But just incredible to be able to have done that. So what are you doing when you're not gladiating, if that's the right way to put it? What's going on in your world generally?
Oh, really? In the night I'm a DJ. I produce music. I run a events brand called Inner City Vibe. And in the day, I'm an IT engineer for a sports broadcaster.
Got you.
Yeah.
And how's life been since being on the show? What's been the main differences?
It's just been strange. I was in Morrison's the other day, and I had this lady. She says, "Oh, can my kid take a picture of you?"
When you're doing the selfie in Morrison's, mate, that's when you know you made it. I'm not even joking. My son's 11, and I said to him, because he loves things like Ninja Warrior and stuff that's been on TV and all those challenges. And there's the one on Netflix called The Floor is Lava. Have you ever seen that? They have to do those sort of physical challenges. It's good fun, very Americanized.
Yeah.
And I said to him a few weeks back, I was like, Seth, you're gonna love this show that's coming back. It's called Gladiators. He's like, what is it? I was like, little bit Ninja Warrior, but different. And the Gladiators are going to be, they're really good fun and they're good characters, and you're just going to love it. He is so proper new generation fan.
Yeah.
He is, so when I tell him that you've been in this morning, he's going to be, what? An actual contestant for the Gladiators? He's going to lose it completely.
Oh, I love it.
What are the Gladiators like off camera? Because a few of them sort of play up to it a little bit, slamming the mics down on the floor, a little bit sore losers, aren't they? Viper's one of those, isn't he?
Viper.
But there was always that. I mean, there was always that with Wolf back in the day, right? He used to be that character.
Yeah, he's actually my favourite. And behind all that rage is actually a nice guy.
No, don't ruin it. No, that's ruined the whole image. He'll be gutted you've said that, won't he? Now we all know he's a nice bloke.
Oh, yeah.
But they were good production team and everything.
Oh, 100%.
Man, it's been great having you in this morning. Thank you so much for bobbing by. Good luck with everything. And, they sometimes get contestants back for if they do a second series, don't they, for another go at it, don't they? Is that in the plans, hopefully?
Yeah, we'll have to see. You know what I mean? I gave it on my all. Unfortunately, I did pick up a little injury. So regardless, if you don't see me this series, hopefully next season, if there is one, I feel like there's a bit of unfinished business.
Yeah, unfinished business.
Yeah.
All right, well, exactly. Good luck with it. Hopefully you get another shot today. Myles Harris from Bramley joining us here.